All right, so we've got a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
Home improvement grants in Georgia. We're looking at some excerpts from myfinancialprograms.com,
Okay.
updated just this year. And it looks like a lot of folks out there are trying to figure out how to pay for some of these home repairs. And wow, there's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're here to kind of, highlight the stuff that's most important for you, the listener.
Right.
The first thing that kind of jumps out at me
Yeah.
is it seems like Georgia really wants to help its homeowners.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of programs, over 122 listed on that
Oh,
website.
wow, okay. Over 122.
And it's a huge need. Nearly 40% of homeowners in Georgia struggle to afford major repairs.
Wow.
So these programs are really a lifeline for a lot of folks.
So, okay, these programs aren't just about, making houses look prettier. This is about,
Right.
people being able to live, safely and comfortably.
Absolutely. Safe and healthy housing is so important.
But 122 programs, I mean, where do we even begin?
Well, that's the good news. You don't have to sort through all 122 at once.
Oh, okay.
Right. We want to start by thinking about what you need most.
Okay.
What's your top priority? Is it a new roof? Upgraded electrical?
Right?
Once you know your needs, then we can narrow down the programs.
Makes sense.
Makes it a lot easier.
Okay, yeah. I'm seeing, we've got federal programs from HUD, state-level initiatives from the Georgia Department of Community Affairs,
Right.
and even organizations like Habitat for Humanity are getting involved.
Yes, they're a huge player in Georgia, 52 local chapters.
Plus, it looks like we've got stuff happening at the county and city levels, too.
Absolutely. There are programs at every level, and it's really a team effort, which is great.
Okay, that's encouraging. But, I'm
Yeah.
noticing a lot of these programs, they seem to be giving priority to certain groups like
Right.
seniors, veterans, folks with disabilities, and low-income households.
Absolutely, and that makes sense. Those groups often face the biggest hurdles when it comes to making repairs.
Okay, so it's about making sure the people who need it the most get the help.
Yes, exactly.
So if you fall into one of those categories, it sounds like you might have a better chance of getting funding.
Potentially, yes.
But wouldn't that make things even more competitive?
It can, for sure. Keep in mind these programs have limited funds, so applying early is key.
Oh, okay. So don't wait till, your roof is, totally caved in to apply.
Exactly. It often works on a first-come, first-served basis.
That's a great point. Now, I see the article breaks down the programs by specific needs. Windows, roofing, foundation work, even asbestos and lead removal.
It's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, they've got it all.
Yes.
So that brings us back to what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You need to start with your most pressing need.
Exactly. Start with what needs fixing now.
For instance, let's say you need a new roof.
Okay, good example.
I'm looking here, and the article highlights 7 different programs.
Wow.
That could potentially help, but it depends on where you live.
Right, location and income. It varies.
And your income level.
Yeah.
So someone in Fulton County, for example, might have totally different options than someone in a rural area.
Absolutely. Different programs, different requirements.
Exactly. Someone in Fulton County who's also a senior, they'd want to check out the county's Senior Services Minor Home Repair Program.
Right. And for someone in a rural area, a USDA loan might be a good fit.
Okay, so I'm seeing now why this article is really helpful.
Yeah.
It's not just a list of programs. It's like it actually names organizations.
Exactly.
It even gives you program names, contact number. It's fantastic.
It's a great starting point, your launch pad for finding the right resources.
Okay.
It gives you the info you need to dive deeper.
So this deep dive, then, is really about giving you, the listener, the tools to go out and find the best resource for your specific situation.
Absolutely. It's about empowering you to take control of your home improvement journey.
I like that, yeah.
And to do that, we need to take a closer look at some of these organizations and programs.
Okay.
So how about we start with HUD? They play a big role in all of this.
Sounds good. Okay, HUD. So, what's their involvement here?
Okay, good question.
I mean, do they just, hand out money for repairs in Georgia?
Not directly, no. HUD's more like the financial backbone.
Oh, okay.
They provide funding to the state, counties, and cities,
Okay.
and then those entities run their own programs.
So HUD sets the stage, and then local organizations and programs kind of take it from there.
You got it. It's a cascade of funding.
Okay. But HUD does have a couple of loan programs.
They do.
That could be helpful, right?
Mm.
I'm seeing here they've even got stuff like mobile homes.
That's right. The Title I Property Improvement Loan Program and the 203K Rehabilitation Loan.
Okay, so those are specifically for people who might not qualify for a traditional loan.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe they don't have enough equity. These programs are designed to help them.
So for someone who's maybe struggling to get a regular loan, these could be a real lifeline.
Absolutely.
Could you kind of break down the key differences between those two?
Sure. So the Title I loan is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
It helps homeowners finance improvements. And because it's insured by the FHA, which is part of HUD, it's less risky for lenders.
Okay.
Now, the 203K is interesting because it lets you roll the cost of the renovations into your mortgage.
Oh, okay.
So whether you're buying a new place or refinancing, you can bundle it all together.
So instead of having like a separate loan, you're kind of wrapping it all into one package.
Exactly. One loan, one monthly payment, much easier to manage.
Okay, that's helpful. But I'm noticing here that these are loans, right, not grants.
That's correct. Loans, not grants. So you do have to pay back the money with interest.
Okay. But is there anything about, the way these loans are structured that offers homeowners some kind of like peace of mind or something?
Absolutely. The money for the renovations is held in an escrow account.
Oh, okay.
And it's only released to the contractor as the work gets completed.
So it's not like you're just handing over a big chunk of change and hoping for the best.
Exactly. And there are inspections along the way to make sure the work is done right.
So it protects both you, the homeowner, and the lender.
Exactly. It ensures that everything is done properly and to everyone's satisfaction.
That's smart.
It's a good system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered HUD and kind of how they act as a major funding source for a lot of these programs.
Right. They're kind of the bankroll.
What about the state level? What does the Georgia Department of Community Affairs bring to the table, the GDCA?
Well, much like HUD, they don't directly hand out money.
Oh, okay.
They're another important link in the chain, funneling those federal dollars to counties and local organizations. They're the organizers, making sure the money's going to the right places.
And I'm guessing one of those right places is Habitat for Humanity.
Absolutely. They're a powerhouse in Georgia, 52 local chapters across the state,
Wow, okay.
working tirelessly to rehabilitate homes for families in need.
So if someone's looking for assistance with home repairs, reaching out to their local Habitat for Humanity chapter would be a good
It's a great first step.
first step.
Absolutely.
And what's really impressive to me is that a lot of their work is done by volunteers.
It really is.
It's really inspiring.
A spirit of community, people helping people.
Yeah. And I've heard they also have these stores called Restores.
Ah, yes.
What's the deal with those?
Well, the restores are amazing. They sell donated building materials, appliances, furniture, all at discounted prices.
So if you're working on a tight budget, you might be able to snag some pretty good deals there.
Absolutely. It's a treasure trove for savvy renovators.
Yeah, especially with the cost of, everything going up these days. It sounds like a
Yeah.
good resource to know about.
For sure.
Speaking of affordability,
Yeah.
I'm noticing some programs here that focus specifically on energy efficiency.
Right?
There's WAP and LIHEAP.
Yes.
Are those something people should be looking into?
Definitely. Both programs can make a big difference, especially in older homes that might not be as energy efficient.
Okay.
WOP, which stands for Weatherization Assistance Program, can help you with things like replacing old windows,
Okay.
adding insulation to your attic, even upgrading your heating and cooling systems.
And I see here that WAP services are often provided at no cost.
That's right. It's a fantastic program.
Wow. Ooh,
Especially for low-income families who might not have the extra cash for those upgrades.
So it's a way to make your home more energy efficient, which, can save money in the long run
Right.
without having to break the bank up front.
Exactly.
Okay. And what about LIHEAP? What does that stand for, and how is it different from WAP?
LIHEAP stands for Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. And it's primarily focused on helping folks manage their heating and cooling bills.
Okay.
But in some cases, it can also provide assistance with energy-efficient window upgrades.
Oh, okay.
So while its main focus is affordability, it can also contribute to making your home more energy efficient.
Okay, so we've covered federal programs with HUD, state initiatives with the GDCA, community organizations like Habitat for Humanity.
Right.
What about help at the county and city level?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Because you start to see programs that are tailored to the specific needs of each community. Georgia's counties and major cities have home repair and grant programs, and last year they were funded to the tune of over $122 million.
Wow, that's a serious investment in helping people improve their homes.
It is.
Are there any standout programs, at that local level that you think are worth
Well,
mentioning?
absolutely. Fulton County, which includes Atlanta, has a great program for seniors called the Senior Services Minor Home Repair Program.
Okay, and that's specifically for homeowners, 55 and older.
That's right. It's designed to help them with a wide range of repairs, from fixing structural problems to making their homes more accessible.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's fantastic. And it looks like Atlanta itself also has a home rehabilitation program
They do.
that targets seniors as well.
Seems like Atlanta is really committed to helping its seniors maintain safe and comfortable homes.
What about some other counties? Any interesting examples out there?
Yeah, Gwinnett County, for instance, has a housing rehabilitation program that offers loans of up to $20,000 for repairs.
Wow. Okay.
And they also team up with Habitat for Humanity
Oh,
on a program called Brush with Kindness, provides essential repairs for low to moderate income homeowners.
so it sounds like no matter where you live in Georgia, there's help available,
It certainly seems that way.
which is encouraging.
Yeah. From Cobb County to Chatham County to Clayton County, there are programs designed to help folks with a variety of needs.
Okay. I'm noticing though that a lot of these programs seem to focus on uh, low to moderate income homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
What if you don't fall into that category?
Right.
Are there any options for people with, higher incomes?
That's a great question. While higher income earners might not be eligible for grants, they still might qualify for certain loans.
Okay.
Or other forms of financial assistance. It's worth exploring all the options.
And of course, there's always the option of taking out a personal home improvement loan.
Right, though that would be separate from these specific programs.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about finding what works best for your individual situation.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about veterans. They've given so much to our country.
Yeah.
So it's only right that we make sure they have access to resources for home improvement. What kind of programs are out there specifically for them?
Well, the VA offers a range of grants and loans just for veterans, especially those with disabilities who may need adaptations to make their homes more accessible. And they're also eligible for all the general home improvement programs that we've already talked about.
So it sounds like there's a good amount of support available to them,
There is.
which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Is there a particular program that stands out for you?
One that caught my eye is called House of Heroes.
Okay.
They provide free home improvement assistance and repairs to disabled veterans.
Wow.
Things like painting, building access ramps, fixing appliances, even helping with yard work.
That's really incredible.
It is. It's a wonderful organization.
Okay. We've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about federal programs, state programs,
Hmm.
community organizations, county and city initiatives.
It's a lot to take in.
Anything we might have missed?
Well, we can't forget about disaster relief. Natural disasters can strike at any time,
Oh, word.
and it's important to know what resources are available in case of an emergency.
So if a hurricane hits or something,
Right. If FEMA declares an area a disaster area, residents can apply for various forms of financial aid, including help with housing repairs or temporary housing if needed.
okay, that's an important point.
Well,
Being prepared for the unexpected is so important.
absolutely. You never know when disaster might strike.
And on that note, we should also mention the SBA, the
Uh,
Small Business Administration.
right. They offer disaster relief loans and grants to homeowners who have experienced losses not covered by insurance or FEMA.
So even in the face of, a devastating event like a hurricane or a tornado,
Mm-hmm.
there are safety nets in place to help homeowners get back on their feet.
Exactly. It's about providing support and resources when they're needed most.
Okay. Yeah, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, there's something I wanted to touch on that I think might cause some confusion for listeners. The article uses a lot of different terms: grants, loans, free grants, relief services, repair assistance.
A lot of jargon, I know.
It can be a bit overwhelming.
Right.
Trying to keep it all straight.
But here's the thing. A lot of these terms are used interchangeably.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they all boil down to programs designed to help homeowners, particularly those with limited financial resources, repair and maintain their homes.
So the key is to not get hung up on the specific wording,
Correctly.
but to just focus on the overall goal.
Right, which is finding the program that best fits your needs.
Okay.
It's about seeing through the jargon and getting to the heart of what really matters.
Wow.
Creating a safe, healthy, and comfortable home.
Okay. So we've talked about who's offering help, with home improvements in Georgia
Right.
and what kinds of repairs are covered. But, I mean, there are so many programs out there.
Yeah.
How do you even figure out what's right for you?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all this information.
Yeah.
But remember, we have this article as our guide
Right.
to navigate these resources.
So it's like having a map to help us kind of find our way through the world of Georgia home improvement programs.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
A map. And just like using a map, you need to start with your current location.
Okay.
In this case, your location is your most pressing home improvement need.
Right. So like we were talking about earlier, figure out what needs fixing now.
Exactly.
Is it, is it the roof that's starting to leak?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the electrical wiring that's, outdated and could be dangerous?
Right.
Or maybe you need to make your bathroom more accessible for like an aging parent.
All good examples.
Once you've identified that top priority, then you can use this article to kind of narrow down the programs.
Exactly.
Because this article from myfinancialprograms.com, it's not just a random list of programs. It's organized by need and by location.
It's a fantastic resource, really well organized.
So it's almost like having like a personal concierge
I like that.
to kind of help you navigate all these resources.
Yeah, you give them your needs, they give you the options.
It equips you with the knowledge and the tools to kind of take the next step and connect with these organizations.
Exactly.
Because each program is going to have its own,
Right.
set of requirements.
Absolutely. Different eligibility requirements, different application procedures.
And different funding levels.
Some might offer grants, others might provide loans. It really varies.
So you really do need to contact the organizations directly.
Yes, it's essential.
To kind of get all those
It's
details.
like specifics, make sure you qualify.
And figure out what makes the most sense for your situation.
Don't hesitate to pick up the phone, ask questions. These organizations are there to help.
Okay, so they're like your partners in this whole.
Exactly. Partners in your home improvement journey.
I like that.
They can offer personalized advice, make sure you have all the info you need.
Okay, so to sum it all up, I guess,
Yeah.
when it comes to navigating these programs in Georgia, step one is identifying your top priority.
Right.
The thing that needs fixing now.
What needs to be done today?
And then you use the article from myfinancialprograms.com as your roadmap.
Your guide?
And then you reach out to the organizations directly to get the nitty-gritty.
Get those details, start the application process.
And don't wait.
That's key. A lot of these programs operate on a first-come, first-served basis.
Oh, right.
And funding can be limited. The sooner you start, the better.
So don't wait till that leaky roof becomes a disaster,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Be proactive.
Be proactive.
Taking that initiative can really pay off.
And, while you're thinking about those essential repairs, think about this.
Okay.
Could you also use these programs to make your home more energy efficient?
That's a great point, and something we haven't really touched on yet.
Yeah.
Upgrading to energy-efficient windows, adding insulation, getting a more efficient HVAC system. These things not only make your home more comfortable, but they can also save you money on your energy bills in the long run.
And it's good for the environment, too.
Absolutely. A win-win.
Okay. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. Hopefully you're feeling a little more empowered to take on this home improvement journey.
I hope so.
Just remember, there is help out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might take a little research,
Some effort.
but, with the right tools and the right information,
You can do it.
you can transform your home into that safe and comfortable space you deserve.
So go out there and get started.
Happy renovating.
Happy renovating!